Hey there, and welcome to another deep dive. You know, sometimes you spend hours on a YouTube video, you pour your heart into it, and then crickets.
Yeah, it's like that old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it hit subscribe.
Exactly. And it's so frustrating because, you've got great content, so what's the missing ingredient? Well, today we're diving into the nitty-gritty of YouTube optimization, going beyond just making great content. We're uncovering the secrets to actually getting those videos seen.
We're talking about those hidden levers and pulleys, the settings and features that most creators don't even realize exist but can make or break their channel's success.
So it's not just about the content itself.
Absolutely not. It's about understanding how YouTube sees your content and how to optimize it for maximum visibility.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Where do we even begin?
Well, we're diving deep into a text today that outlines some best practices for navigating the YouTube algorithm. And trust me, there are some real aha moments in here.
I'm ready. Let's unpack it.
So let's start with the foundation of any successful YouTube channel optimization. And this is where it gets interesting.
Okay, lay it on me.
You know how everyone always talks about keywords and thumbnails?
Right. The supposed keys to the YouTube kingdom.
Well, those are important, don't get me wrong. But before you even get there, there are some fundamental settings that most creators completely overlook. And one of the biggest ones is setting the correct country for your channel.
Wait, really? I thought that was just about location.
It's way more than that. Your channel's country setting directly impacts things like payments and taxes.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
it's true. And you don't want to mess around with that stuff. Imagine pouring your heart into building a channel, finally qualifying for monetization, and then realizing you've got a logistical nightmare on your hands because your channel's country doesn't match your actual location.
Okay, that's a mess. I definitely want to avoid.
Yeah.
What else should creators be mindful of when it comes to these fundamental settings?
Another big one is correctly labeling your content as created for kids or not.
Ah, yes, the age-old debate. Is it for kids or isn't it?
It's more than just a debate. YouTube is incredibly strict about this, and for good reason. This setting impacts everything from the types of ads shown on a video to whether comments are enabled.
So there are real consequences for getting this wrong, even if it's unintentional.
Absolutely, mislabeling your content could lead to a channel losing monetization on videos, or even worse, getting buried in search results and recommendations. YouTube's algorithm uses this setting to determine which audiences see your content. So accuracy is key.
Okay, accuracy it is. No more guessing games with the YouTube overlords.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about everyone's favorite topic,
Oh.
making money from our channels.
The almighty dollar right.
You know it. Our source highlights personalized ads as one way to potentially boost revenue. But I know for some people that phrase can be a bit loaded.
Yeah, it can feel a bit like Big Brother is watching.
Exactly. So how do personalized ads actually work? And is it ethical to use them?
Those are great questions. And what's fascinating here is that enabling personalized ads isn't just about potentially boosting your revenue as a creator, it can actually improve the viewing experience for your audience as well.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Tell me more.
Think about it. When you're watching YouTube videos and you get served those random irrelevant ads, it's disruptive, right?
Well, tell me about it. It's like, come on, just let me watch my cat videos in peace.
Exactly. But with personalized ads, YouTube can show viewers ads that are actually relevant to their interests.
So it's a win-win. We get potentially higher ad revenue, and our viewers get a more tailored experience.
You got it. It's about creating a more sustainable ecosystem for everyone. Now let's switch gears for a moment and talk about something that often sparks debate among creators, allowing remixes and clips of your content.
Ooh, yeah, this is a tricky one.
Right. It can feel a bit like giving away your precious content for free.
Exactly. So what's the benefit? Why would anyone want to do that?
Well, think of it this way. When someone creates a remix or a clip of your video and shares it with their audience, you're essentially getting free promotion.
I've never thought of it that way.
It's like word-of-mouth marketing on steroids. And that new audience is more likely to be interested in your content since they discovered it through a remix of something they already enjoy.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not really giving away your content for free. It's more like leveraging it for wider reach.
Exactly. And you still retain all the rights to your original content, of course. You get credit where credit is due.
Okay, you've officially changed my perspective on that one. Free promotion is never a bad thing.
Yeah.
What else can we do to leverage our channel settings for success?
One simple but crucial tip is to verify your phone number.
Really? Is that really necessary? I always feel a bit weird about giving out my phone number online.
I hear you. But without it, you'll be locked out of key features that can seriously impact your channel's growth and professionalism.
Like what? What kind of features are we talking about here?
Well, for starters, you won't be able to upload custom thumbnails, which are absolutely essential for grabbing attention and enticing viewers to click on your videos. And forget about uploading videos longer than 15 minutes. That's a no-go without a verified phone number.
Wow, okay. I had no idea it was that strict.
It is. And you'll also be missing out on things like live streaming and end screen elements, which are incredibly useful for promoting your other videos and encouraging viewers to subscribe.
Okay, you've totally convinced me. Time to go update my settings.
That's the spirit. And speaking of protecting yourself and your channel, let's talk about a precautionary step that many creators overlook. It's about having a safety net. You know, our source actually shared a cautionary tale about this. It really drives the point home.
Oh, okay, I'm listening.
So there was this YouTuber, pretty well known actually, went by the name Deb, built a massive following over the years, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And then one day, disaster struck.
Oh no, what happened? I'm already getting anxious for this, Deb.
Well, it turned out that Deb lost access to their main email account. And because they hadn't taken that simple step of setting up a second admin email address for their channel, they were completely locked out.
You're kidding. Are you serious? That's every YouTuber's worst nightmare. All that hard work, all those subscribers just gone.
Yep. It was a huge ordeal for them to try to get their channel back. They had to go through this whole lengthy account recovery process, provide proof of identity, and even then there was no guarantee that YouTube would be able to help.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Okay, lesson learned. Adding a second admin email address is officially at the top of my to-do list.
Trust me, it's a simple step that can save you a world of trouble down the line. Think of it as an insurance policy for your channel.
Great advice. So we've laid the foundation with channel optimization. Now let's move on to the next stage of the YouTube journey. What happens when we're ready to upload a new video? Any hidden gems of wisdom there?
Absolutely. This is where things get even more granular. And honestly, the impact of your decisions becomes even more significant. Remember that created for kids setting we talked about earlier, the one that YouTube is incredibly strict about.
Yes. The one that can make or break my channel if I'm not careful.
Right. Well, that setting isn't just a one-time decision at the channel level. You actually need to apply it to each individual video you upload.
Oh, really? I always thought it was just a one-and-done kind of thing.
Nope. Every single video needs that individual designation. And the implications go far beyond just ads and visibility. It also affects things like which features viewers can use.
You mean like comments? I've definitely noticed that some videos have comments disabled, and I could never figure out why.
That's exactly it. The created for kids setting determines whether comments are enabled on a video, as well as whether viewers can add it to playlists or use other interactive features.
So it's all about creating a safe and age-appropriate environment.
Precisely. It's about protecting those younger viewers. And while we're on the topic of transparency and accuracy, let's talk about another setting that often causes confusion, marking videos as promotional.
Ah, yes, the ethics of YouTube sponsorships. A topic near and dear to my heart.
Well, it's not just about ethics. It's also about working in harmony with the YouTube algorithm. Seriously, though, here's the bottom line. Only mark a video as promotional if you are receiving direct compensation to promote something. In other words, if a brand is paying you to feature their product or service in your video, then you mark it as promotional. Otherwise, you leave it unchecked.
Okay, the honesty is the best policy. But what if I get a little creative with that designation? Say if I'm trying to give a friend's channel a boost.
That's where things can get a little dicey. Misusing the promotional tag can actually harm your reach and potentially even your revenue.
Really? I never would have thought of that.
It's true. Think about it this way. YouTube wants to serve its viewers with the most relevant and engaging content. When you mark a video as promotional when it's not, you're essentially misleading the algorithm.
So I'm telling YouTube that my video is something it's not, which means it could end up getting shown to the wrong audience or penalized in search rankings.
Exactly. YouTube is constantly analyzing all sorts of signals to determine a video's true nature and relevance. And if those signals don't align with how you've categorized your video, it can raise some red flags.
Okay, that's crystal clear. Honesty is the best policy when it comes to the YouTube algorithm.
Got it.
Now, what about chapters? Are those worth the effort, or can I just let YouTube auto-generate them for me?
I'm glad you asked that because chapters are a perfect example of a feature where a little manual effort can go a long way. While YouTube's auto-generate option can be helpful in a pinch, it's far from perfect.
Yeah, I'll admit I've been guilty of using the auto-generate option in the past. It's to save time, you know?
I get it. Believe me, I understand the temptation. But here's the thing. Manually creating chapters gives you so much more control over how your content is structured and presented to viewers.
So I can use chapters to break up my videos into logical segments, make it easier for viewers to navigate and find the specific information they're looking for.
Exactly. And that's not even the best part. Chapters also offer this sneaky little opportunity to boost your SEO.
Wait, SEO matters on YouTube. I thought it was all about the algorithm.
Algorithms are definitely important, but SEO is still very much alive and kicking on YouTube. And when you create chapters manually, you can strategically incorporate relevant keywords into the chapter titles.
Okay, so it's another opportunity to play nice with the YouTube algorithm and signal what my video is about. But I'm assuming I shouldn't just stuff keywords in there for the sake of it.
You know me too well. Keyword stuffing is just as bad for you on YouTube as it is on any other search engine. It's all about finding that sweet spot, using keywords strategically and naturally so they feel organic to both viewers and the algorithm.
Got it. Quality over quantity when it comes to keywords. Makes sense.
Precisely. And speaking of playing nice with the algorithm, let's not forget about the OG of SEO. A well-crafted title and description packed with those juicy keywords.
So all those hours I spent on keyword research weren't wasted after all.
Not at all. Your video title is still one of the most important factors that YouTube considers when determining where to rank your video in search results. It's the first thing viewers see, and it needs to be catchy, informative, and, of course, keyword-rich.
Okay, title check. What about the description? I feel like nobody even reads those anymore.
That's a common misconception, but you'd be surprised how many people actually do click on that Show More button to read the full description.
Why would they do that?
It could be to find specific information to learn more about you as a creator, or simply because they're engaged with your content and want to dive deeper.
Okay, you've convinced me. The description deserves more love. But what exactly should I be putting in there?
Think of your video description as your chance to elaborate on what your video is about and provide additional context that you might not have been able to fit into the title. You can use it to provide links to your other social media channels, your website, or any products or services you mention in your video.
And keywords, I'm assuming.
You got it. Sprinkle those relevant keywords throughout your description, but again, keep it natural. Don't force it. And here's a little bonus tip from our source that I absolutely love. Use the featured locations feature strategically.
Featured locations? You mean like tagging my video with a specific location? What's so special about that?
It's not just about tagging for the sake of it. Only use this feature if the location is genuinely relevant to your content. For example, if you're creating a travel vlog about your trip to Italy, then by all means tag your video with the specific cities or landmarks you visit. But if your video has nothing to do with location, don't force it.
So if I'm filming a makeup tutorial in my bedroom, I probably shouldn't be tagging it with my home address.
Probably not, unless you're going for a very specific niche audience.
Okay, noted. Use featured locations wisely. Got it. What else can I do to optimize my videos for maximum impact?
Have you ever wished that YouTube had this magic button that could just analyze your videos and categorize them perfectly for you?
Honestly, who hasn't? It would make my life so much easier.
Well, you're in luck. Okay, not quite a magic button, but YouTube has been experimenting with this cool new feature called automatic concepts.
Automatic concepts. That sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
It's still in its early stages, but basically it uses AI to analyze your video content. Things like your visuals, your audio, and even your spoken words. And then it automatically assigns relevant categories and concepts to your video.
So it's like YouTube is trying to understand my videos as well as I do.
Exactly. And the idea is that by improving categorization, YouTube can get your videos in front of the right audience more effectively.
That's brilliant. It takes all the guesswork out of it. Where do I sign up?
It's not available to everyone just yet, but keep an eye out for it in your YouTube studio settings. And finally, don't forget about our international viewers.
Right. Because not everyone speaks my language as much as I wish they did.
Exactly. And that's where language settings come in. Make sure you correctly set the language for both your video and your metadata. This will help YouTube translate your content when necessary and make it more accessible to viewers around the world.
That's a small detail that can make a big difference.
Absolutely. It's all about those little things.
I'm feeling empowered already.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. Right.
Yeah.
We're not done with this treasure trove of YouTube wisdom, are we? You know it. It wouldn't be a deep dive if we didn't leave you with a little bit of homework, would it?
That's right. We've covered a ton of ground today, but honestly, we've only just scratched the surface of YouTube optimization.
There's always more to learn, right?
Always. YouTube's constantly changing and evolving. But the good news is that the principles we talked about today, those are evergreen. They'll serve you well no matter what crazy updates YouTube throws our way.
So let's do a quick recap for our listeners. What are the key takeaways they should walk away with today?
Well, we started with those fundamental channel settings. Things like making sure you've got the right country selected and that you're taking advantage of personalized ads. Those seem like small details, but they can make a big difference.
And don't even get me started on that second admin email address.
Seriously, that's like YouTube Insurance 101.
For real. Okay, and then we moved on to video optimization. Talk about an eye-opener. Who knew that there were so many little levers and pulleys you could adjust to make your videos more algorithm-friendly?
Right. And the beauty of it is that these little tweaks, they don't just please the algorithm, they actually make your videos better for viewers, too.
Right.
Things like clear chapter markers, detailed descriptions. It's all about making your content more accessible and engaging.
And let's not forget about our global audience, making sure our videos are properly tagged with the correct language settings. That's crucial for reaching viewers beyond our little corner of the world.
It's amazing how many creators pour their heart and soul into making amazing content, but then they forget about those little details that can make a world of difference.
It's like you always say, it's not enough to just make great content. You have to make it discoverable.
Exactly. You've got to meet the algorithm halfway.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from today's conversation?
I want everyone listening to go back and look at their YouTube channel with fresh eyes. Are there any of the settings or features we talked about today that you've been neglecting? Or maybe even misinterpreting? You might be surprised by what you find. And who knows, those small tweaks could be the key to unlocking a whole new level of success for your channel.
I love that challenge. It's time to stop leaving views and subscribers on the table. So go forth and optimize, my friends.
And remember, have fun with it. YouTube's all about creativity and connection.
That's right. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the wonderful world of YouTube optimization. Until next time, keep creating, keep experimenting, and keep playing nice with the algorithm.